Hello YouTubers and fellow Square Enix fans, my name is Daryl from Final Fantasy Fan. Today we're continuing our Let's Play the Banner Saga. The previous video I completed my normal playthrough, and I'm actually starting up a new playthrough now, which we're going to do our normal playthrough in. And that will focus on getting some of the trophies we didn't get in normal.
It has been several long months on the road. The first signs of snowfall accost us on our approach to Strand, largest of the trade cities on the Val human borders, and our last collection before returning to the capital. Several days ago, the sun simply came to a stop in the sky. Though during these long winter days, none of us can be certain how long it has been this way. Some of the men in the caravan have taken it as a dire omen. I am not quick to superstition, but I myself will be glad to be done with this year's rounds. We have been warned by stranded travelers about brigands on the path through Ridgehorn, our road home. Our captain seems unconcerned. Perhaps he is as eager as I to be done here. We will rest here this day and inquire further when we speak to the governor.
Alright, so this is the same story we had on our normal playthrough. Got Uba in there and some Varl. These guys are raiding the meat house. Get wrecked, I'm pushing through. I think that's Ganulf there. The one on the left, and the one in the front might be Moger. So we're gonna focus on the easy playthrough. Reach Borisgard in 120 days. Don't let Alet kill any humans or Varl, and keep Egil alive. And since we're doing less fights as well, because we have forced march, we should really be careful on who we give all the experience to. For example, Moger, I would like not to get that much experience. Ganulf, on the other hand, yeah, he's gonna go in my final team. So I don't mind getting him some experience here. Go for Tempest. There we go, 1 star. Can I just rest? I can't. Okay, so this is scripted. Can't really do much. That's our first battle. Nothing serious there. Six for now. I'll take it.
Like a rabid wolf, that one. How did it come to this? We fool ourselves believing that peace will last. My grandfather built all this from a poor fishing village, you know. He watched the gods die, watched the chaos that followed, watched man and Var slaughter each other, even before the Dredge arose. All we've done is traded one struggle for another. Now that there are no more Dredge to war against, we war against ourselves. This chieftain meant to kill me, and he's not the first. A dozen families in the city would gladly take my chair. This one had men waylaying merchants, both north and south of the city, strangling trade, quite well, I would add, though he denied it to his last. This sort of wolf doesn't stop biting because the head is cut off. It just grows a new head. I'm in a bad way, my friend. Help me finish this fight, and I'll gladly send you on your way with double our king's tithe. take any men you need. They're loyal, I promise you that. They will meet you down in the proving grounds.
Alrighty, let's get to it. Only the Sun has stopped, Chapter 1. You're approached by a familiar man who walks in and steps with you as you're leaving the Great Hall. He cuts to the chase. That was Eric, wasn't it? Yeah. Eric, steward of Strand. I manage the governor's business. Uwen, isn't it? It is. The governor tells me you'll be giving us a hand. Seems a bit chaotic around here, Eric. It's been worse, we get a lot of irons in the fire. What does he want exactly? Scalfings that you didn't hack up in the Great Hall, scattered after you took out their chieftain. The governor just wants to make sure they stay down. Was hoping you'd join me at the marketplace by the docks. If there's anyone left to worry about, I know who can tell us. Alright. Let's go to the market. Let me handle this. You meander through rows of open-faced houses and road stalls. Colored canvases flap on a briny current. One man in particular blanches as you approach. Hat, I'm not in the mood today. For what? Talking to an idiot. The Scalfing's chieftain bled out an hour ago, Hat, so when you tell me when the rats ain't the rest of them crawled back into, nobody's going to try and kill you this time. They don't talk to me. I don't have the patience for this. Art says visibly, fumbling with some dirty trinkets on his table. Wait, just buy one of these. If everybody thinks I'm getting worked over every week, how am I supposed to know much? Just a little food money, okay? Pay him, sure. He does a sliver of silver on the table. Both men look at you with surprise. Ed gestures meekly to a variety of junk from his stall. Take whatever you like. Only thing I lack is the name of the place. Nobleman up by Eastwall. But that was a month ago, last I know. Head skulks away with the weave of Eric's hand, gathering things from his hovel, disappearing for a while until he blows over. You figure your bodyguard steps forward. Are we done here? Get off. Were you wearing green black at the green hall? No, just bought them while you're walking around. Why? They look good. I'm glad you care. Gandalf goes off to look at more stalls. Eric, the man of yours seems unreliable at best. A blind dog wouldn't trust Hat, but he used to be scalfing. If they're licking their wounds, they're probably gone to old haunts, not new ones. Nobleman is a meat hall? Best I can tell. The name's ironic. Listen, I know a guy who would love to put up a few of these skulls in the ground. I'm going to find him. I'll meet you here. After this, I'm done here. It's not up to me, my friend. Just make sure the governor remembers a promise. Double the usual tide. I'll remind him. Okay. Let's go to the meat house. Here we go. You arrive in front of what must be nobleman. A few minutes later, Eric appears with a weather-beaten man introduced as Valgar. I'll point them out, Eric says over his shoulder. Ready? Let's get it over with. That's the spirit, says Valgar. Okay, here we go. Valgar boots the front door open so hard it won't close again without repair. As you enter the hall, Eric is already at the head of the table, his axe drawn. Wide-eyed, drunken Scalfings scramble to find their own weapons, turning tables and meat stands in the process. So our first battle. On easy, there's no such thing as injured, so that's kind of easy. Let's go. Okay, he's flailing. It's actually a pretty good attack there. Take down his armor. The backbiter. Let's go. Probably should have used my willpower there. Well, that's good. Because now I can chop him up. Hello, good sir. Get wrecked. can go behind them. There we go. He's dead. Got this Eric guy. Chop down his armor. Okay, we can chop this guy up, I believe. I can just take him down in one hit. Not sure if the units are weaker as well. Six. Take this guy down. There we go, he's dead. There's a weak unit over here. Just two of them alive, I think. Moger is getting beat up there, though. Why did he attack? Why did he choose to attack Geno? That doesn't make sense. He's the one with full health. You guys are weird, you know that? That's okay. We win this battle. Chop. Nine renown. Guess that's okay. There they are. Gods be damned. I've got to wash off this blood. Eric is looking out the hall's window onto the bay. A fleet of longships approach with the sails of bold reds and blues. One banner I know well, Wagner. Next for Val Kingship. Last we spoke. The other flag looks important. Yeah, important guests. See what I deal with all day long. Ah, things make a little more sense. You'd hoped I'd have a stake in saying everything's fine here when the royal guests arrive. Not me, the governor. Now I have to make sure there's no rotting bodies or pool ventrals still in the Great Hall before they come by. Can I ask one more favor? What is it? If you happen to star guests down at the stock, I wouldn't object. Maybe I will. Eric and Volgard hustle from the meat house. To his credit, Eric tosses the barkeep a spare silver for the mess. You give an apologetic shrug and get to greet the new arrivals down on the docks. Right, let's see. Let's go to the docks. It's the only one I can go to anyway. Wagner, a familiar fellow steps onto the docks. If you might, you recall a much younger version trampling the halls of Grofheim, abundant in purpose. Gods, Ubin, you're looking ancient. It comes with being old, and if there is Wagner, there must be Hakon. Must there? Still bleeding tributes from a poor and stupid old Yox. At what age did you lose the sense of shame? Your under demands it. I'll take that over lingering to death in Grofheim. Speaking of, I had no sense that you were so far away from home. Just returned from Eberang, in fact, and glad for it. Harkon mentions the other ships in the bay, still fluttering. Golden Wolf and blazoned on red, the kings of men or someone on his behalf. The king's whelp. The king's son Ludin. Don't you know, Scrivener? We visit the capital and you visit ours. It's how we make alliances these days. It's a miserable waste of time. Yes, Hakon has it. I'd almost forgotten. It's a good thing you're around, Hakon. Then you're going to Grofheim? I have the distinct feeling I finished my business in Strand and was heading there myself. We should caravan. We should. Give it a day. In better circumstances, I'd drink a week away, but let's just be done. Find me tomorrow at the gates. What he's trying to say is the prince is a delight to behold. Where's Moger, Hakon? Have him find a place to put up the warriors. I'm heading up to meet the governor. A host of giants depart in his wake. You recognize a few, others are strangers to you. Guess I'm off to find Moger. See you in the morning, Scrivener. I'll be along. The young prince of men ambles from his ship. He brushes off his tunic, scanning the beach with low eyelids. Lulan looks for all the world the sort of boy who would grow up pulling the legs from spiders. The long road back to Grofheim should be more interesting than most years, you think? I know it will be, trust me. Weariness suddenly starts in and you chuckle yourself about an odd day it has been. One of the governor's men at the Great Hall could find you a place to sleep. On the other hand, if you're going to Faulkner's caravan tomorrow, it might not hurt to share a drink with Hakon or introduce yourself to the prince they spoke so highly of. Alright, let's see what Hakon has to say. Scrivener went straight for a flagon. Wagner's the one who agreed to pass up a drink. I wasn't invited to the governor's hall anyway. You already missed the massacre. Every year I make the rounds collecting taxes. Every year it's the human settlement that gives me trouble. No surprise, what's this time? When I got the Great Hall was already full of bodies. We added a few more. Ha! Humans. I guess I only lived as long as a yok's... I guess if I only lived as long as a yok's fart, I might be desperate to make something of myself too. It's not too late to start trying, Hakon. Hakon lets a slip of chuckle. Any Varl could recount his deeds, known as he is for cutting a swath through Dredge at Wagner's side in the Second War, and regularly since then. Down here I'm a glorified bodyguard. You might have a point, just another reason to get back to Grofheim. Soon enough, I imagine. You drink until the meat house becomes overbearing, then step back into the cool air outside. Where's Ludin? There we go. Is this the right place? You find the prince at the inn. Guards blanket the building, including a sharp-eyed Varl who must be working for Ludin. A woman in red eventually waves you over and stands nearby, arms crossed. Greetings, Prince Ludin. Yes, you're with Wagner. I don't remember. Not exactly. I've known Wagner a long time. I'll be joining back to Grofheim with my guards. Ludin looks up for the first time. The woman doesn't react. Why? I work for the king, carrying tithes to the capital. Recrossed by chance? Ah, tax collector. Fine company. What do you want? Just to introduce myself. You collect taxes to the Varl territories? A true pleasure. Yes. An awkward hangs in the air like a thick fog. Take the opportunity to depart. Okay, bye, ciao. Let's go to the Great Hall then. At dawn you awoke by a delivery of goods. At least you think it's dawn. Damn hard to tell when the sun never moves. The governor's crest adorns the supply letters. All there is, just as promised. To your mild surprise, you wonder if Eric had anything to do with it. Got some renown there. Your guards take the treasure wagon down to the gates. Wagner's already there. A while later, Ludin and his men appear, groggy and disheveled. Moger steps forward. Wagner's quartermaster, if you recall correctly, in charge of unwieldy entourage of warriors. You know him only in passing. He asks if you're ready to depart. We're ready. You follow Moger and join the others. Usually the smaller doors set into the gates would be enough to enter or leave the city, but the town guards have been told to push them open entirely. They mutter things under their breath that are best not heard. Perhaps the governor expected you to draw a crowd, but there's nothing of the sort. Just frustrated, tired people. It summarized Strand well as a whole, you think? So day 1, 99 supplies. We need to get there at Beauregard before... I can't even set up camp. 120 days have passed. The caravan stops for a day. A gift, says Moga, cracking up meat casks. From our gracious friends, the governors of Strand. Hours pass with raucous laughter as the meat is passed throughout the camp. Drink a lot. It's not often you get the chance to relax on the road. The odds of something happening to the treasure guard is low, especially in this company, so you take advantage. Morale improved. You rise groggily, the campsite of casualty of merriment. Moger is already kicking warriors awake when you spot Ludin stalking your direction. He sidesteps sleeping bodies. Better wake up, you nudge Wagner. You're needed. Ah, it's Ludin. Always a pleasure. You look well rested. Wagner releases the cage jaw. It receives a hard-eyed stare in return. How long to Grofheim? Ha! We're only 2 days out of Strand, you know. Come, I'll show you on the map. Like a tutorial. This is the map world you can explore. This is the map of the world you can explore by panning with R and zooming with L2 and R2. The location of the caravan is indicated here by Uban's icon. The world map is covered in many locations and much lore. You can explore the map at any time. Selecting location with L and R. Press X for more information. Okay. We head north, then east, past the forts. Grofheim's far from Strand. Going to be a long march. You should have drank last night, Ludin. Why not take ships to Skymarstead? What's the point of marching? The Silverstone Bay is called that for a reason. It stayed covered in ice all year. It would tear up the longships. Too bad though, we could have shown you all the wonders in Skyrimstead. Half-sunken city crawling with dredge prints, dredge and glaciers. You like glaciers? Lunan exhales through the nose, a poor disguise for his contempt. He turns and bats aside the tent flaps as he goes, barking at a company in the distance. Don't poke the anthill, Wagner. He seems no happier than you to be here. Spend a few more days with the boy, old friend. You're looking for a tall cliff to hop off to. Lunan's got a shorter wick than Hakon. Thanks, Wagner. Let's get moving. Another half day to Vatterval if we're lucky. Camp. Camp is where you manage your caravan. During travel you can enter camp at any time by tapping the camp button on the travel HUD. While at camp or in towns, you can upgrade your allies or equip items in a hero stand. You can pass time by using rest. Resting will improve the caravan's morale. A high morale will reduce casualties in war and affect your willpower in combat. Each passing day will use supplies, so only rest when necessary. The training tent will allow you to safely try out characters in mock battle. Tap leave at the bottom of the campsite when you're ready to get back to the road. So we got rest, and we got mark heroes. Press X to select unit and view status. Promote ranks and learn about abilities. Use D-pad and X to select abilities to learn about the unit's abilities. Okay. Let's upgrade. Definitely want this one. Maybe I should just go with strength and one of these for now. Upgrade it. No items. I'm not gonna upgrade Ludin. I definitely want to upgrade Gandalf and Hakon. Ludin and Mogr, no. These guys will be in my final team. These two will not. I think Mogr's gonna die at one point. I don't remember actually. Ludin, I don't know. He's a human. Rest, heroes, training. Leave. Let's leave.
Weatherfell. Even the name means bad weather, where frozen wind sweeps in from the bay. They tend livestock, but most are just men driven from Strand with nowhere else to go. Why else would anyone stay? We won't stop long.
Just gotta keep marching, guys. We got 120 days. Well, 117 now. By Harderborg. That's a lot of var for some missing cattle. What? Couple days back, sent word to Strand about the cattle. Didn't expect an army. He looks pleased with himself until it sinks it and you aren't there on his behalf. Where have your cattle gone? Wouldn't know. My boy's seen men up hills carrying them away. Don't know many men who can hoist a whole cow by himself. Skelvings out there, maybe? Could they have a varl working for them? Not from what the governor told me. I'm going to take a look around the camp and get set up. The peasant spits, his eye anxiously darting about as the caravan setup stands. We'll be there no more than a day. There's silver for any food you've got. For hundreds of all, are you serious? Whatever you're willing to sell. You're thinking of squatting? Not enough room for a couple hunters. Forget hundreds of... Shut up. Hear that? Where's Ludin? It's faint. Sounds like fighting is something else. Hakon takes off to try. Takes off and run or something. Okay. If you look there at the top of the screen, that's actually the king, or the Kender, the next in line, I suppose. Yeah. Can't do shit anyway. You already know that. Get wrecked. Dead. Mogr steps in. Gandalf steps in. Hakon steps in. Hakon's pretty good at bashing armor. Okay, well I can do some damage to his health now. Should probably do that because else he will tear through my units. Mogr, attack this guy. Tear his armor off. He's gonna go for Hakon. Now with Hakon, I definitely wanna... Okay, let me destroy more of his armor actually. While we're at it, might as well. He's gonna go for Hakon as well. That's okay. Ganolf, he should be able to finish. No, not yet. Mogr, what can Mogr do? 5 damage on this guy, 6 now. Hakon, can I finish off the big guy? I can't. Can I finish off this guy? I can. That's okay, 1 willpower. Ganolf, he can take the big guy down, right? Yes. Take down his armor. Ganolf has already got a lot of points. I don't want to overdo it. Let Hakon get the kill this time. There we go. Finish it. That was an easy battle. Hakon is ready for promotion. Victory. They're all dead. Hakon is ready for promotion. Got some renown. Not a lot. There's only 3 dredge. We did lose our kin though. Trying to get yourself killed, Ludin? What are you doing? I was trying. Finding and trying to get a shot in between the plates. You never seen a dredge before, boy? What kind of idiot? Break their armor first. Where did they come from? We didn't even see them. They were just there. Hakon goes to where Wagner lies face down. The future Vow King lies motionless, aside from a spreading pool of blood. Wagner's dead. Chapter 2. Cut with a keen-edged sword. Where did that thing come from? Shh, stay close. I think it saw us. That's a blue dredge. That's one of the more powerful ones. But that's not a blue dredge actually, it's just a grey one. I know. Maybe... Let's see, how far can it walk? I think that's within range. Let's see. Wait, can I break his armor? There we go. He's gonna hit me. He's also gonna go for armor break, that's good. Go for an armor break as well. Take out some of his health. There we go. Finish him. A lead has puncture. That means if you don't move your archer, you gain an increased amount of attack power. It's probably only like 3. Yeah. Was that a dredge? A lead looks calm, but you can tell her heart is about to beat right out of her chest. It was. Let me see. Are you hurt? No, I'll be fine. When the dredge attacked your cart and the ox balled it spilled most of your supplies. You can see more dark figures moving through the trees when you glance that direction. All that food, that's the less we're going to get before winter. Do what we have to do. Do we? Do we? What do we do? Don't run, let me think. If we hurry, we can gather them. Yeah, that one. I can see them in the trees. Are you sure about this? Nope, we have to try and be quick. Alette calms the ox where you frantically toss supplies back onto the cart. More dredge emerge, but you manage to get the cart moving again before they can close in. The colossal figures slowly recede in the distance. Supplies. Supplies represent food and other goods used to keep everyone alive on the road. When supplies are gone, people will start to die of starvation. The more people are in the caravan, the faster the supplies will diminish. You can see how many days of supplies you have left on the travel display on the top of the screen. Most towns will have supplies to sell, as well as few items. So we're at 3 days, we have 18 supplies. 4 days, minus 1 supply. We're not carrying any units right now, it's just 0 clansmen, 0 fight, and 0 Jarl. 5 days, almost 5 days.
I never expected to see the dredge with my own eyes. What happened in the north? Already we see more between the trees as we approach our home, and Alette grips my hand tight. We must find Ivor.
Oh, there they are. They're at the look in the front of the screen. I was looking at the back, but there's already like 1 there, maybe 2. I think that's 2 dredge right there. There's another one. And another one. We're surrounded, man. And another one. Ivor. The enormous Var in question towers over the men in the training field. He squints as you approach. Already back, Huntmaster? Thought you'd be tomorrow. Dredge everywhere. Dredge? How'd they get through Greyhorn? Must have broken through the fort. The fires nearby have stopped sparring. They gather around you. Damn it, they'll be here soon if not already. You hear screams from the outskirts. People are running towards the Great Hall. Ivor turns to one of the older boys in the groups of fighters. Gil, take Alette to the Great Hall. Tell the chieftain what's happening. The rest of you, gather up as many people as you can. Come on, Alette. No, wait, I want to help. Let them fight Ivor. Why not invite some goats to join us too? You're asking for dead kids. I won't let anything happen to her. They have to deal with it sooner or later, Ivor. What now? Gil, keep your shield up, but just hold them up until everyone's in sight, then we figure out what to do next. More shouts draw your attention to some of the houses on top the nearby hill. Let's go. What do I got? Only got this one. Sure enough, dredge are gathering in number. You hear misplaced laughter nearby. Past a pile of corpses, a man is single-handedly holding back 4 dredge with a battered spear. That's Trigby. Behind you, Trigby, shouts Ivor, who shoots you a dour look. If Trigby is known for being a madman, at least he's the sort who can hold a spear in the right direction. He smiles a mile wide when he realizes you're going to have to fight your way out of this. Turn order, I know that. Okay, so we got Trigby now. We got this amulet thing, which we'll give to Ivor. Trigby has a crit chance thingy. We'll give that to let's see, Hakon, Ganolf, Rook, Alette, Ivor. It's going to be my number 6. Ivor, Ganolf. Last time we used Sigbjorn, but I don't really like Sigbjorn. Maybe I can use Egil. He's pretty good. So this one, give it to Egil. There we go. Then let's jump into battle. We can be a bit more aggressive in this because, like I said, easy mode does not have injuries. Hard mode, we need to be extra careful because on hard mode your injuries last even longer. Sorry, guys. Trigby, you can go over there. Egil, go over there. There we go. Now, I do want to put Rook and Alette, I think. Maybe more like this. Break his armor. The guy's going to attack. Let me take out some of his health, so he does less damage. But that's the idea, at least. Ivor. Well, Ivor's pretty good. Can just bash this guy to smithereens. Good night. 1 damage on Ivor. Egil, go in. Break armor. Didn't even see that guy. Is he a good armor breaker? He can break 3. Don't really care about trick fee. Oh. A let. Ow. Damn it, boy. What had happened? Okay, I think I misclicked there. Armor break, there we go. The big one can be a bit annoying. Gonna play semi-aggressive here. Take him down. Push him back. He bleeds when he moves. Okay, that's pretty good. Rook's got 7 HP. Mark him. Oh, nice. I didn't actually know that that would work on melee as well. Break the rest of his armor. Ivor, smash this guy. There goes the big guy. Now I want to level up Egil and Rook as well. Let's see, can we break a bit more of his armor? We can. Stab him. Alright. Now we can get Egil. We can actually kill this guy. And how's Rook doing? He's got... I can't tell how much experience this guy has. Is it the experience on top? Is it? I don't know. Can't kill this guy, but I can surely damage him. Rest. Rest. Promotion for Egil. There we go. We have to keep him alive in this playthrough anyway, so might as well abuse him. Ivor's ready for promotion. Egil is ready for promotion. We got like what, 6 renown? Yeah. He can. I don't think he can be injured and easy, could he? You take stock of your handiwork. Think I'll stick with you, lad, says Strictly, unless you've got other ideas. Ivor grunts something unnoticeable. A black horde is forming on the tree line. Enough of this, say Ivor, glancing over his shoulder. We're going back, then adds Rook. I'm doing one more check on the houses around there. See if you can find anyone. Let's see. Here it's very important that we keep watch. As you turn your head back, a colossus appears around the side of the house. It silently looms over a lad. Its face is an expressionless stony mask, more terrifying than any roar it might have produced. Time seems to slow as it pulls back its enormous mace. Then shoot it with an arrow. As though a second nature, you knock an arrow. A lad is standing directly between you and the dredge, making the shot perilous at best. If you're off by a few inches, stop thinking. Shoot the dredge. You let go. A second passes like an eternity. The arrow bounces off the dredge's face, inches away from what you think it's his eye. It recoils, then turns upon the lad again. Eagle rushes to her side. Ivor throws himself between them, catching the mace on his shield and returns the favor, crushing the dredge's head with his shield point. When the dust settles, you can see everyone is alright. Let's get out of here, says Ivor as he goes to check the last few houses nearby. Rook, see if you can find any more survivors and meet me in the front of the hall. Okay, that's the only way to keep Igil, else he would have probably already died right there. We got market, we got heroes. Let's upgrade Ivor. Let's give him a shield break. Then we got Igil, let's promote him, sure. Let's increase this guy's. Should I go with armor? I'll take one, maybe 2 armor, and then 3, 4, 5. So 6 points after this. This is okay for now, I suppose. Okay, so there's injuries. Question. I'm playing on normal. I thought I selected easy there. Not sure if this is going to matter. Give me 1 second, guys. We have make Igil. That doesn't want to hurt. Well, there's no trophy for completing it on easy. I'm gonna switch to easy. Doesn't matter. There we go. So is Trickfy still injured? That's my question. Okay, he's still injured, but I think that will be difficulty. Yeah, okay, there we go. You can void trophies if you change difficulty, but I think it only voids if you... I think the only one is difficulty that will be voided. Let's see, market. We're gonna do a forced march. We got 17 days worth of supplies. We'll be okay for now. Let's talk to Ivor. You find anyone? A few. Sent him inside. Gods, this is bad. I'm out of practice, Rook. Look, as long as I've known you, you've always worried about... wormed your way out of talking about Dredge. This should be the time to start talking. I can tell you they rarely stop for rest. Sooner we leave, the better. They follow us until we're tripping over tired women and children. Then they'll attack. Even after we're wiped out, they'll keep coming, trampling corpses in their wakes. There's no end to them. How did anyone survive the Great Wars? Asked the Manders. I wasn't there. But I know you fought your fair share. Yeah, I killed enough slag for one lifetime. That's why you're going to save us now. Don't lay that on me. Come on, let's get inside. Great house, there we go. Rook, thanks to God you made it. The Great Hall is another din, filled as with a dozen of terrified families. Just don't stop worrying yet. I haven't. What in the depths is going on? Dredge milling around, ransacking houses? The chieftain's wife finds you, pushing through the crowd. They must know we're here. Why haven't they attacked? Don't know, I wouldn't expect it to last. I made some decisions, but tell me straight, what would you do in my place? I had left by now, they're already outside the doors. Not so easily done. Rook? I trust Ivor on this. The chieftain sighs a deep heavy breath, slumping. He looks years older. I imagine us fighting back and saving this town, but nonsense. Ivor's right, of course. We can't just wait to be slaughtered. Where do we go if Dredge are coming down from the north? Frostfeller to the west. It's closed and it has walls. I intend to be free of Skoger in one push, nobody left behind. I wouldn't. If they follow us, we're done. What do you suggest? Let me create a distraction, then go. I'll catch up on the road to Frostfeller. That sounds like suicide, Ivor. Let's do what Chieftain says. Ivor's right. I'll help with the distraction. Chieftain thinks for a long moment. I didn't ask advice just to ignore it. Promise me you're not throwing away your lives on this. That wasn't part of my plan, Ivor. Nope. Then I'm coming with you. It catches you by surprise. The chieftain rubs his chin but doesn't argue. From the training she's given, I'll let you have no doubt she can handle a bow. Fine, I'll get the townspeople ready. Make your move, Ivor. We'll leave when you're clear. Okay, not this time. It's too dangerous. Don't leave me alone, she says, tears in her eyes. It's difficult, but you drag yourself to the door out with great all resolute that you're making the best decision for her. You step into the town courtyard, where you can already see Dredge in every direction. Ivor starts banging his shield and swearing at them. We kill a few, he shouts, and the rest will follow. You steel yourselves for a tough fight. Right, battle number 5. Yeah, let's go. Oh, this is a lot easier. Okay, maybe I should probably put it on normal, I don't know. I'm just gonna go easy because that's my playthrough. But boy, does this seem easy or what? Break armor first. He's gonna shield dash, there we go. Ivor comes up. I upgraded Ivor's armor break. One break on Egil, that's okay. Egil. 4 damage on this big guy. Trickfee is going to break some of your armor, if you don't mind. He probably does. Outlive. Break more armor. Smash Ivor. Yeah, Ivor's not gonna go down if you didn't notice yet. Stupid Dredge. 5, he's got 8. Let me take the 8 guy down. Good night. Gonna attack for Ivor again. He's quite stubborn. I'm gonna pass with Ivor for a sec. Hello? Pass. Ivor's a powerhouse. I would like to get Egil up first. There we go. Good night. How many renown do we get anyway? It's probably not a lot. 6. -4 supplies. You have no problem getting the Dredge to follow. Things begin to look dicey, but you're eventually able to lose them in the thick woods. When they have difficulty keeping up, you climb to an overlook and wait for the caravan to appear. An hour later, Outlive is the first to spot them. There, she points to the road. She rejoined him. You can tell there was trouble. Some people wounded, others missing. Alette rushes to you, throwing her arms around your waist. You smile and hug her tightly. Dad, please don't do that again, she says. Brave girl, this one, adds one of the women from Skoger. Chieftain would have died without her. She points to the back of the caravan. You find Outlive beside her husband, who is laid out in a cart. Old fool, she says. Got himself a prize for trying to fight back. She shows you his deep gut wound, but he's alive. Nothing for it but to get to Frostfeller. You continue on in silence. I'll let hands in your own. Okay, so we got 30 renown. That's the whole reason I actually let her stay there. Let's see. We got Eagle and Trigby. Can I upgrade anyone? No. Rook. So Rook needs 1 more kill. Ivor needs 3 more kills. Eagle needs 2 more kills. Okay. Let's see. Let's talk to Trigby here. Trigby, guess I better thank you for helping us out back there. Trigby turned his head, eyes wide as though something was stalking him. Nice beard, Rook, but that's not why I'm here. Okay, why are you here? Fat clansman. What? They eat, eat, eat. They don't know how to kill a thing, Rook. He rolls the R in Rook graciously while holding out his spear for you to inspect. Look at this thing. They grow on trees. You can make this from a tree. My advice, show them how to stick some pigs or stick a rabbit, a bird. You can stick almost anything, Rook. Have you always been this way, Trigby? Have I always been Trigby? Don't question, Rook. Look, I hear what you say behind my back. Trigby's handsome, Trigby's brave. You're the right man for this job. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. He's a bit weird. Any more helpful advice? Glad you finally asked. Don't trust a man just because they have faces and use their mouths. A man will look at you right through the helmet and lie. Should I trust you, Trigby? Come on, Rook. Am I wearing a helmet? I've got to go, Trigby. I'll get it. We all got things to do. Me, I was about to go swimming. At least you're keeping clean. Nobody comes looking for you in a pool of water, you know. Don't let me waste too much time here, okay? We'll come get you before we leave. I'll see you around. Only if you keep your eyes open, Rook. You can't help but hope there was nothing sinister about that last comment. And then we got Egil. How's the arm, Egil? You find Egil just outside the camp, practicing his sword swings. I saw you taking some hard hits out there. Oh yeah, I'm great. Not great considering everything that's... I'm fine. My arm's fine. It's a strong shield. It's Rook, right? I know we haven't talked much before now, but if you want, just call me Gil. Okay, Gil. I wanted to let you know that I meant what I said before about making sure nothing happens to Alette. I've never seen a shield like that before. Yeah, I doubt there's many. My father made this. It's solid metal, really heavy, but I've been practicing with it since I was a kid. I used to spend a lot of time getting used to just lifting it. He raises it up to show you. Pretty good with it now. It's the only thing of my father that I have left. That's when then when my mother died, she gave it to me before she died. Ivor seems to think you're pretty good. Did you say that? That's good. I'm trying. Never had to fight anything like Dredge before, but I don't have much else to do. And how many people get trained with a Varl? It just seemed like I could be a help to someone. That's what I want to be. You're protective of Alette, eh? Well, she's... I don't want her to get hurt. You can see his cheeks burnt, right? Don't worry, she take care of herself too. I know, I didn't mean... Ichikil, I know what you meant. I'm heading back to camp, stay strong. I will. Oh, and if you need something, let me know. I can do anything you need. Between you and Ivor, we're going to be okay, I can tell. Well, just don't die on me, so I can get my trophy. Training, heroes, rest. I don't want to rest, let's go. Pausing to catch your breath, you glance backward to see the caravan stretch out past the point of safety. They're spaced out so far you're unable to see those bringing up the rear. You gotta pull them together, says Ivor. It'd be dangerous to stop until at least the Godstone. The path should just be ahead. Maybe we should rally the caravan with a speech. Let's see. I forgot what I did last time. Yeah, let's read. You make your way to the rear and hoist a small child on your shoulders. Fight for every step. Remember those who didn't make it and push onwards. The clansmen see your effort and follow suit, pushing themselves harder. Morale improvement, some renown, a few supplies less. Morale declined, that's okay. First Godstone, I suppose. Far enough for today, I think. After a day of misery, men and women dropped their meager possessions beneath the Godstone of Hridvaldir. What are we doing? We just left our homes because suddenly there were Dredge. Chieftain did what I suggested and I took what he got for it. Look at these people. Somebody has to hold them together. That's you, Rook. How am I supposed to do that? Lie. Tell them everything's going to be alright, Gods. Rook. I don't know. Pretend you know what you're doing. That's what the rest of us do. Thanks for the advice. Then do whatever you want. Let them fend for themselves if you can live with it. You humans are absurd, Rook. Furious when you're not in control. Terrified when you are. Pull it together. Worried about Alette mostly. You're right. What if you run into more dread? You're right. Think of how I feel. I'm stuck nursing a bunch of weaklings. You do care, I can tell. Men are a plague on the world, worse than any dredge as far as I can tell. Chats like this is why we're getting along well, Ivor. Right, so the first Godstone. You sleep poorly, the sun forever stuck to an eternally bright sky. Before others rise, you find yourself staring over low hills covered in pine. Spectre Stone. The weathered stone doesn't see many visitors, not much reason to travel so far east. When hunters come through, they sometimes stop to give offerings. Out of habit more than anything else now that the gods are dead. Red Valdir was the god of hunters and of wild beasts, occasionally seen roaming as the land as both man and wolf. He was always depicted in the effigy with his terrible spear. You wonder what he'd think about his woods being full of dredge now. A young girl from the caravan approaches you. I made this for you, she says, handing you a crude necklace carved from a branch she must have found nearby. Thank you for saving my mama, she says, before running back to her tent. Back at her tent, you rouse the lad, who clings to your arm until she's completely awake. Bad dreams. Eventually the camp is broken down, and it's time to move on to Frostfeller. It feels like an end more than a start. Got a Bjarken rune. We're already at 7 days here. Caravan halts when a group of men appear on the trail, weapons at their feet. We've seen the dredge in your wake, says one. We don't wish to meet them alone. If you let us join, we'll show you a watering hole with enough animals to fill those supply wagons. Inherent fear of strangers raises mothers from the caravan. What are you guys doing out here alone? We were hunting here for food when the dredge found our village, says the man. When we returned, he looks away, unable to finish. Allow the man to join. If you got no trouble, come along, you say. The men cautiously join your ranks and prove trustworthy. The hidden watering hole is nearby, teeming with animals, and soon your supplies are nicely stocked. 12 fighters, some renown, some supplies. Nice. We're at 8 days now. During a rest, one of the men got too drunk and ended up splashing meat in the warrior's face. A brawl erupts, many thrown fists, and a broken bone later, the instigator, Refan's father, is tossed on the ground and you feel at your feet. Angry clansman looking for satisfaction. His personal defense is little more than drooling mumbles. I laughed off the scuffle. You look around the bruised and bloodied faces, then lift your own hoard of meat. Skull, you shout with a smile. Skull, the young warriors shout back. The merriment spreads and soon everyone's laughing and drinking again. Gonna set up a camp here, guys. Because we're 58 minutes and, well, 58 and a half minutes into the video. And my recording will stop soon. So I'm going to end the video here. And after that we'll continue with our normal playthrough. This is Daryl from Final Fantasy Fan. And I thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave it a like. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to help out, please consider subscribing to it. Also, if you hit the notification bell, you'll be updated about me playing more of the Banner Saga, as well as some of the other future PS5 games I'll be playing. If you have any tips, questions, or comments, leave them down below and I'll try to reply to you as soon as I can. This is Daryl from Final Fantasy Fan, and I'll see you guys in the next. Till then.